sports or nonprofits. Whatever your area of expertise, everyone in this room has unique perspectives on leadership and can greatly benefit each other. And tonight, we will fondly remember the man who brings us here together. Our senator, our warrior, our loved one, our friend, John McCain. Senator McCain was not only from Arizona, Senator McCain was Arizona. Put this gathering together. So I want to say thank you to everyone at the McCain Institute for all your hard work making this forum possible. And the McCain Institute is lucky to have the perfect partner in Arizona State University. With ASU's worldwide reach and influence, the important mission and efforts of the McCain Institute are more impactful than ever. Efforts of the McCain Institute are more impactful than ever. This partnership builds on Senator McCain's legacy and can Sedona Forum. Thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to spending these days together and advancing this important mission. Thank you.
Thank you for attending.
This afternoon, a look at ways to improve access to veterans' health care through modernized scheduling technology. You can watch the House Veterans Affairs Subcommittee hearing live at 3 p.m. Eastern on C-SPAN 3, C-SPAN Now, our free mobile app, or online at cspan.org.
CSpanShop.org is C-SPAN's online store. Browse through our latest collection of C-SPAN products, apparel, books, home decor, and accessories. There's something for every C-SPAN fan, and every purchase helps support our nonprofit operations. Shop now or anytime at cspanshop.org.
Back to the universe for C-SPAN. It's the one essential news network.
You and C-SPAN show the truth.
Thank you for C-SPAN.
Appreciate you guys' non-biased coverage.
Feed for C-SPAN that lets ordinary citizens participate in the national dialogue.
What's so great about C-SPAN is that you hit every side.
C-SPAN truly is an unbiased channel.
You're doing a great service for the nation.
I've been watching Washington Journal and using C-SPAN for 35 years, so appreciate you guys.
Thumbs up to C-SPAN.
The real news source for me is C-SPAN. When they say they're unfiltered, they're unfiltered.
We're joined by Mika Solner, congressional reporter at Punchbowl News. And Mika Solner, lots of budget talk on Capitol Hill right now, some of it in the form of budget reconciliation, some in the form of fiscal 2026 budgeting. So for folks who don't follow this every day, sort of orient us to what's happening right now.
Yeah, so House Republicans are in a very pressured spot, I guess, if you want to put it that way, to pass President Trump's agenda quickly. I know that Speaker Johnson has laid out a really ambitious timeline of wanting to get this one big, beautiful bill, as the president has referred to it, done by Memorial Day. So right now, there's a lot of roadblocks in the conference, including pushback from moderate, more vulnerable Republicans when it comes to cuts to Medicaid and other issues related to what could potentially be in this bill. So there is basically a stallment right now within the committee level of where things are at.
This is how it's put in today's Punchbowl News for subscribers. During this past week, several dynamics have emerged that make us wonder not only if a reconciliation deal is close, but whether Republicans can even pull it off at all. Explain.
Yes. So in the last several weeks, there's been a lot of developments. We saw a lot of vocal pushback from a group of about a dozen moderate Republicans who are very, very concerned about Medicaid cuts. They basically view a vote that's, substantially cuts that program as political suicide for them. We saw Speaker Johnson push back markups for key committees that are tasked with key portions of the reconciliation bill. That's the Ways and Means, in charge of Trump's tax cuts, as well as campaign promises like no tax on tips. There's the Ag Committee, which is going to be tasked with, SNAP and food stamps. as well as the Energy and Commerce, which is going to be in charge of Medicaid.
So how unusual is that to have a hearing scheduled and then get it pushed back for a week? And what does that do to the timeline that the speaker is working on here and what the president is expecting?
I don't think it's particularly unusual when there are issues, when there are issues in terms of will it actually, if it goes to a markup, will it be able to pass on the floor. Essentially, the markup is the first step, right, to get that passed, and those changes are going to come when these get taken up in committee. So whether it gets amended or what provisions are going to be, and I think that this is potentially going to be chaotic for the timeline with such a short time frame, about 2 weeks away.
And then one factor that you note in Punch Bowl this morning, the White House is also now finally getting engaged in this process, which has both upsides and risks.
Yes, so we saw White House engagement has upped drastically. I know that there's been key members of Congress, including Majority Leader Scalise, Ways and Means Chair Jason Smith, that have met with President Trump last week. And, it looks like Trump's really getting involved. We saw the White House put out its own budget proposal last week that has had some issues with the Hill. So we're going to probably see a lot that more Republicans within the House conference want to get aligned with Trump and really want to build a relationship with the president.
So what else are you going to be watching for this week outside of the budget fights that you're tracking every day?
Yeah, outside of the budget fights, I think it's worth watching House Democrats. I know that in the last few weeks they've had a couple shakeups when it comes to the Oversight Committee. I know that fight is still ongoing in terms of who's going to come after interim ranking member Lynch after Jerry Connolly stepped aside, as well as some of the internal battles that they're having there. I know that Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez said at town hall that there's more trips planned to El Salvador, so that's one thing that I'll be watching as well.
Stay on the Oversight Committee for a second. This is one of the more high-profile committees, mostly because they can investigate most anything they want to investigate. Jerry Connolly stepping aside for health reasons, announcing that. Why is this turned into an internal battle to watch for Democrats? What are the specific dynamics here?
Yeah, so I think this is just kind of the classic generational struggle that the Democratic Party is facing. So Connolly essentially tapped Stephen Lynch of Massachusetts, and a more senior member of the committee who is, really citing his experience as why he is fit to